My name is Margo Bailey. I'm the mayor of Chestertown. This is my 19th year as mayor. I was on the council 2 years before that, and I live on wonderful Washington Avenue. I don't even hear the noise anymore. I remember when I was a young girl. I wasn't a little girl, young woman, young girl. I remember the old Perry Mason shows. And I got my idea of College Town from Perry Mason, because the professor lived right on the edge of town. He'd walk across the street, the campus, the kids came down here, and I thought that's the way it worked. I was so surprised when I moved here, and my husband then was running for town council. Big deal in the newspaper. Washington College coming down the hill. Only 2 blocks away. There's been a separation that stayed there. I don't see the kids down here. Now maybe we don't have what they need besides a few places. I have gone time and time again to the college and said, business department, could you help us out? Could you do a survey with your kids? What do they need? You know, some things we can't do because we're small. But what do students need? Here's an example, and vice versa. Here's an example. The college had an art show, a student art show. No one knew anything about it downtown or in town. Adults knew nothing about it. Somebody heard about it and went up to see it. Why wasn't there that exchange of information? We've tried this once before, and there was a kind of a sit-down forum with students and other people saying, okay, what are we missing? Half the students, the art students, didn't know there were art galleries downtown. Never figured that one out. The faculty or the administrative people or the staff were going to see if they could find a way to solve that problem. It never got solved. Nothing ever got done. So it's another thing we got to figure out. But also your attitudes have to change. I've had some people say to me, you know, we are not a college town. We are a town with a college. So you have these 2 people flexing their muscles saying, I'm the most important, I'm the most important. You fools. If you don't have each other, you don't have much. And that's what they've got to understand. And they've been working it cross, because maybe the students, when they first come to town, aren't interested in the town. The parents are. The students may stay there eventually. The college gets to show us off as look in this wonderful town. You know, a couple of ways for me personally, personally as mayor, this has worked out fine, because in the Center for Environment Society, I have an incredible relationship. I mean, extraordinary. I couldn't have a better one. How they've helped me in my greening projects, things like that. So for me personally, it's been great. And I've been able to go to the college and ask for help on different things, and I haven't had a problem. But still, there's still a wall there. I would like to see the administration or somebody make the effort, and I'll do it. I don't mind reaching out and saying, you know, guys, we're all we're screwing each other around by not putting this together. I would like to see some things down here for the students. You have a lot of money sitting up there. It's not getting spent here. I asked some students one time, I said, where do you go? And they said, well, we go to Middletown. We go to Middletown to go to Kohl's and to get sushi. Really? There's got to be a better way that we capture them, but it's a matter of getting the business department together with the administration, with the town, and sitting down and saying, can anybody help me hire, how can we get somebody in here? Because we don't know how to do it. I think that's why we haven't done anything, because we don't know how to do it. And we have to admit and say, I don't know. I've got to let people know that if they're not ever vigilant, they can lose that thing that is most dear. Under the name of progress and change. Make sure you, like going to war, make damn sure you know what you're doing before you start there. Chestertown has not screwed itself up. We really, with the help of great people, are doing wonderful things. You look around the edges now, all the edges are becoming, except for a couple of little edges, are becoming wonderful. With the trail, the Remembrance Park, Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi, Taste of the Town this weekend, all these fabulous events that talk about us as a community. Now that's just where you have to be really careful that you don't slip and go another way. I know people said, oh, you're against development, you're against change. We're not against any of those things, but we're going to be very careful that what we do, because this is the only chance you're going to get, if what we do works for the future. So the marina can only be for the better. Because if we didn't purchase that marina, it could go into private hands and been condos. And that's what happened in Coconut Grove. The people lost the water. And now with Washington College and 2 major parties owning the riverfront, we can make sure that the people who live here have access to that water forever. Wouldn't it be wonderful to see a pier going out there, a fishing pier someday? I've wanted a fishing pier for 18 years and haven't gotten it. But it's on my list, like I want awnings on my house. So these things stick in the back of my head, that these can all be connected. So you go around town and you have a marina for the citizens, also a marina that can make money to pay the town back. You have boardwalks that wander through town. We don't know what's going to be in the edges yet. And you have the Washington College's facilities that will be available. Then you can either hit the river trail and go up the river, or the walking trail and go around that. Going this way, you have Remembrance Park in that wonderful little section of town. You have far away, we have a park that we have designated for a park. I just need $1 million and it's done. And that will have a dog park, and that's got a trail. So all the pieces are coming together that we've worked for so long to achieve. We just had to get in line and wait our financial turn. People don't realize 45% of the town can't be taxed. That's tough. So even though when people looked at me and said, someone the other day said, "Are you sure you're a Democrat? Democrats are tax and spend people, but you don't do that." And I said, I can only spend what I can spend. I'm not going to get this town in trouble. I will spend money if I think it's important. If what money I spend will come back in money, you know what I mean, to the town. In the state of Maryland, that was the first lesson I learned. They said, we'll give you a grant, but you got to tell us that we're going to get financially something back for that. And that's how I approach the project. So I think we're in good shape. We have enough room in town for 750 residences. We got enough room to grow. And so if we keep it tight and keep it close and do those things we know that will help our economy and our citizens, fantastic, we're golden. All I do is live and breathe this town. This is what I do all the time. Everything, when I first think up in the morning, I think about the town. I drive down the street and I look for trash. You know, I want to see if someone's grass is too high. This is all I do, and isn't that amazing? It is, it's wonderful. I've had some heartbreaks. I've had people yell at me. But all it takes is one person pat me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, thanks. I'm okay."